there. Very nice. So the reason that we're turning it over with every blow is because that bottom fuller is going to want to take the heat out of the steel a lot faster than the top fuller. And because naturally the top and the bottom tool are not going to hit with equal power. You know, the energy is going to dissipate from the top first. So what we want to make sure we do is at least create an average of straightness.
Today marks the end of an era, and that era is the era of me doing private classes. And I tell you, I'm very excited for not doing private classes in the future, but I'm also very, very appreciative of having done them in the first place. What doing private classes meant for me was fascinating. It vastly improved my ability to forge, my ability to move material by myself. It increased my ability to articulate forging to people. And I think most of all, which was very important because I started teaching at a very young age where this wasn't a skill that I'd mastered, but it helped me master patience. Maybe it didn't help master, but it at least helped me develop patience, an attitude and a character that I think is very much a positive. It taught me how to be patient with people that aren't quite getting something. It taught me not to worry so much about problems and think more about how to solve them. I think it very much made me a much better person, and I'm really grateful for that. That's what the private classes did for me. It also allowed me to build my business. Starting out, doing the private classes was so important to be able to then take the next step and take on another small venture in this business. And so it's been a fantastic time doing these private classes. And for anybody that's come and taken a class, I'm so grateful that you have come. However, now, as that era closes, I'm looking into the future to see how I can best manage my time. Life is, as I'm finding more and more, a constant calculation. It's a constant calculating game of a cost-benefit. What is the cost? What is the benefit? And it's a constant juggle back and forth every single day to try and work out the direction that I'm trying to point this ship as I navigate through the ocean that is this business and this incredible world. And it's tremendously exciting. It's a wonderfully exciting prospect to constantly be trying to adjust the course and find the best way, the most effective way, the most impactful way, and the most efficient way for me to move this business into the future. And the way that I'm gonna gain the most satisfaction and joy from what I do, because that is such an enormous part of it too. And the way that I've decided that's gonna be is as much focus as possible onto the YouTube videos. And naturally, the way that I do that is by trying to free up my calendar as much as possible. And it's incredible, because as often as I say to myself, I'm gonna free up my calendar so I can keep making YouTube videos, the calendar keeps getting jam-packed, jam-packed, jam-packed. So what does that mean? Well, that means private classes, as much as I love them, and I love them for so many reasons. I love them for the reason that not only am I teaching somebody, but I learn a great deal from the other person. I've had people that are 3 times my age come and take classes, which firstly in itself is a very humbling thing, and it teaches me a lot of how to stay confident in a situation where I have a superior in front of me in so many facets of life. And it means that there are extraordinary people who I'm able to sit down with while we eat lunch in between heats, and I'm able to learn about their lives. I'm able to learn about their story, and what I can learn from them is always fascinating, because the people that come and take a class, through this wonderful self-selection that happens, as you look at a video of a funny, ridiculous-haired, young, glasses-clad British kid, you know, it's wonderfully self-selecting, because of course it means that only the best people come and take classes, because anybody that couldn't stand talking to me would never be a good student. So everybody's always fantastic, and I learn so much, because they're always wonderfully successful, wonderfully insightful. I learn enormous amounts from them. That's something that I'm gonna miss. Because in a group class, there's not quite so much of that. I have to focus a hell of a lot more on the forging, and there isn't quite the time to step back and learn about every single person. That's something I regret that I have to pass down. But of course, as life is a constant calculation of cost-benefit, that is the cost of turning down the private classes. The benefit is, it frees me up time to make YouTube videos, and I see this as an incredibly important thing. Not only for my business and what I do and my future dreams, prospects, and hopes, but also for sharing the craft of blacksmithing with the world. Doing classes, let me adjust the exposure there. Doing classes, private classes is one thing. One person gets a great experience. However, doing videos, I'm able to impact 60,000 people a day. Share with them the joy that is forging, and I see that is the benefit. The other benefit, of course, of moving away from private classes is it means that I move towards group classes, which naturally give me a greater income for the time that is spent teaching, which is important because that allows me and facilitates me to then take the next steps in the business. You know, business seems to be, for me at least, it's a lot about freeing up your time so that you can plan and calculate the next step in the future, so that you can build, so that you can market, so you can reach and impact more people like the way I hopefully am in making these videos. And so it's tremendously exciting, this wonderful era of doing private classes with fantastic students. Sadly, I'm so sad, but it comes to an end, and now what the future holds is it holds a hell of a lot more, hopefully incredible YouTube videos. And that's something I'm really excited about. It's a fantastic year coming up, and I'm sad to let the private classes go, but excited for what I'm gonna be able to do with the free time that's created with that. Thank you so much for watching this video. To the students that have come and taken private classes, thank you. You are all great and dear friends. I'm excited to see what you guys all get up to in the future. To those of you that keep watching the videos and sharing the videos in the future, thank you. And of course, to the future students that are gonna come and take classes in the future, I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Have a fantastic day, my friends. It's a pleasure as always. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.